Oh, it sounds like bombshell decision to step back. So much has already been written about this. But what would you say is the most surprising thing that you learned about their decision?
I think one of the surprising things when unpacking that decision to step back as senior working royals or create that half in, half out working model that they wanted was just how long they had actually been vocal about a desire to create change. I think time and time again, they really tried to have this conversation internally about things needing to change and their relationship with the press being at an all-time worst, and the impact that was having not just sort of on their work, but also on their well-being as well. And to see that that fell on deaf ears time and time again, and to see where those frustrations were born from, really give us a better understanding of why they broke away in the way that they did. I think many people didn't understand the need to do it publicly, to release that website, the Sussex Royal website with the roadmap, almost forcing the Queen into sort of engaging in a conversation about that. And I think when we see what took them to that point, we can understand why they were almost sort of backed into a corner to do it.
So fascinating. Now, what do you think it is about Harry that makes him so headstrong or that gives him such courage? There's definitely a pattern here of Harry forging his own way. Would you agree?
I think Harry, like many members of the royal family who aren't in the direct line of succession, are forced to go out and find their own way, to create their own path. And I think that that often, as we've seen with other members of the royal family too, when we look at the York girls as well, I think it takes a little longer to sort of find your feet in the world. But once you do, you're really able to carve out your own space. Harry's doing something very unique compared to other members of the royal family, and he's clearly thriving whilst he's doing with it. That stake that he has in the military community and the work that he does with veterans, and of course now being involved in so many different social issues, it shows just what makes him tick. And I think that if he had perhaps had a set role within the institution, his life would have been very different. I mean, his brother has always known he was going to be king. For Harry, he had to go out and find that role for himself, but it's worked out perfectly.